Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Mally, and welcome to the Highly Intelligent Podcast, episode 19, I believe. Which, kind of crazy to think about, you know? I've been going for a little while now. Hopefully, things will start picking up traction soon, but I'm pretty sure that's what everybody thinks. So, I just want to thank my sponsor for today, Malarak's Instagram, Malarax underscore clips on Instagram. Appreciate you, which appreciates you, but I should be saying appreciate me. You know what I mean? So go follow the clips profile on the Instagram, Malarax underscore clips. Of course, it's going to be a picture of Pink Piccolo, at least at this time. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Well, actually, before that, how was your day? Tell me in the comments below. Rate it 5 stars. Anyways, so last week I talked about a few things. One of those things being starting CowBoy BeBop. And so I finished it, right? I finished it. And I thought it was okay. I thought the whole thing, like if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, just because there were some episodes in there that I felt were unnecessary, that were kind of dragging it along a little bit. But honestly, I think the ending was okay, a little bit of emotion there, with Faye not wanting him to leave and all that shit. And he still left, and then he, spoilers, but he fucking died. And then supposedly there's a movie that I haven't watched. So it was made in 2003 or something like that. I haven't watched it yet. Don't even know if it's real or not. So I guess I haven't fully finished it if the movie is real. But if the movie isn't real, then yes, I finished it. It is an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. And then those few episodes low-key kind of tainted how I felt about it. But, can't let a few episodes get in the way of a whole picture. But I do think those episodes aren't really needed. And I'm sure, again, the clown episode was needed for something, but I didn't fuck with it. But I really did like the guy who was in hospice or whatever the fuck, and he had the cult where he had people come to the TVs and everybody was dying. I thought the end of that was really cool. The episode itself was all right, but I think just the ending dialogue was really what made it worth it, So I think that was a good episode. And I also like Vicious. I understand it's a short anime, but it was supposed to be like Vicious is the main villain. Okay, so how did he survive the grenade explosion? Okay, so we're fighting him again for the final battle? Okay, so he's dead. Okay, how do we know he's not alive again, though? I guess because the show is over, right? But I didn't really understand him as a villain. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's a short anime, so they can't really build him up like that, but they just introduced him. We're like, this guy's bad, this guy's evil, the most evil, that's him. And it's like, oh, that's him? You're like, that's him. And then we think he's dead immediately, and it's like, oh, okay. And then they fight again with the dude who's like non-binary or whatever, and we think he's not really dead, but like he got beaten again. Okay, and then the final battle is him. It's like, why couldn't we have just gotten like an ending without him? Like, why'd it have to? It's almost like a Darth Vader and Luke vibe, almost, but not really. It's like I feel like it was just kind of shoehorned in there. But I did like it. I liked it a lot. And yeah, I know I'm hitting my position. This is what I do to like get my arms all comfortable and shit. But you guys don't understand how uncomfortable this couch is. And I sleep on this bitch, so I would know. This bitch is hella uncomfortable, and it's not very big. So it's like I got to deal with that also. But yeah, man, that was just like a whole thing, right? I understood the general ideas with the anime and shit, the kind of darker tone, not even really darker tones, but just like nobody gets a happy ending almost, So that was all right, I guess. And then the smoking kind of like there's people say, I don't know if it's real, but people say that the smoking is kind of symbolized like how Spike doesn't really care if he's dying or how he's kind of like rushing to his death almost, which no clue if that's true or not, but I heard it and I was like, well, kind of makes sense, I guess. He could be reaching a little bit, but I guess it could make sense. And they smoke a lot in that shit. They smoke every episode, all the time. So it's like, hell yeah. Also, PC, not sure if you guys heard that. My PC just made a noise about Windows security, but I don't give a fuck because I'm too broke to afford anything. I was gonna say something, but it was like there's nothing in my mind that's like I can't afford, so nothing popped up. Nothing in my mind popped up there. So I could have just said everything. I can't afford everything. But Cowboy Bebop, 8 out of 10. It's whatever. It's cool. I would recommend it. I'd say skip the clown episode and maybe skip a few of the ones in the middle there. Aside from that, yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And that, hold on, just on my nose. And that leads me onto the next topic I got here, which is I'm starting and I'm currently basically halfway through Jujutsu Kaisen. I let me say I like it, but I feel as if there's like, do they take 2 episodes explaining and building up a fight just for it to end really fast? And then the fights that do last long, I feel like are a little too long. You know what I mean? But then there are the other ones, like there are some fights that are really, really good, and also I like Sukuna's voice actor, and I don't remember his name because like I started watching yesterday and I watched all like halfway through the actual shit, right? But I forgot his name. He has black hair. He's one of the main 3 for the first years. I like his voice actor just because I'm pretty sure it's Seishui's voice actor from Naruto, and I think he has one of the best voices in anime. Just I think it's like satisfying to listen to, And so does Sukuna. I think Sukuna has a cool voice. Except Sukuna's voice in the first episode was fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like the further on you go, it gets better for sure. And I like the concepts they have. Like I like all the moves. I like the Shikigami stuff. I like the domain extensions, and then just the domain areas that aren't the expansions, but are like they transform an area to be like their domain, I guess. So that's cool. And yeah, I mean, I think the characters are nice, and I think a lot of the characters go. I mean, they go in depth with basically every single character. You know what I mean? If you want to know where I'm at right now, they're fighting the special grade dude with the rose petal on his shit, but Gojo just hit him with a hollow purple. So I don't know what's going to happen after that because I haven't watched after that. I don't know if he survives it. Well, I know for a fact he survives actually because I have a friend who showed me clips from it, and I know he survives that because I know he appears later on. But in terms of characters who I like, I mean, I like Sukuna and Ichidori is all right. I think it's interesting how he's just like has superhuman strength just without being a vessel for Sukuna. I think that's kind of interesting and how nobody really questions that. Uh, but I mean, it's cool, And I thought like they weren't explaining the panda for a long ass time, so I was like, are they really not going to explain the panda just walking around? But they got to that, which I was all right, I guess. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. It's the only way to make it make sense, unless it was just a straight up panda, but it's not. Spoilers, I guess. But it's been out for like what 3 years, 3 years now, maybe. But yeah, and Gojo, obviously, he's all right. I guess everybody likes Gojo, right? I don't think he's not my favorite, but you know, I wouldn't say I really have a favorite right now, except maybe the dude who, again, I forgot his name, but he has the same voice actor as Shishui. I don't even know if he does. He just sounds hella the same, like hella similar. So he's probably my favorite for right now, just because Sukuna was talking about some like he wants to keep him alive for some reason. Like I don't really know why. He talked about like how he can have his abilities adapt or whatever the fuck, which I know is foreshadowing for Maharaga, which I already know about. I've already seen that shit because everybody's seen that. So I know that's kind of foreshadowing, but there's a reason why he wants to keep him alive. I don't really know the reason, and I don't even know if it's been revealed yet, even in current day. Because I am watching this all backwards. I watch all the episodes that are out for season 3. I watched those first with my friends, and then now I'm going back and watching the shit that came before it. And also, the Sukuna fight was shown to me like 5 times, so it's cool. But I mean, it's a good show. It's enjoyable. I just wish, like, sometimes the pacing's really fast and sometimes the pacing is really slow, and I like they haven't like they do have a good middle ground, but they don't stick to the middle ground a lot. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just a little too slow, and then sometimes it's just a little too fast. And I feel like okay, another complaint is I feel like the grades are kind of weird, you know, because we're being introduced to all these special grades, right? And all these A plus grades, or like A almost B grades, or it's like the opposite, but it kind of feels like there's such a non-threat. You know what I mean? Like we're basically in the beginning of the show, like we've barely seen anything, and those guys are such a non-threats, even though I feel like they should be because we're like just at the beginning. But I guess if they don't want it to be like that, okay. Also, I have to check up on what's going on my PC. All right. But yeah, it's like I feel like we brushed over everything because now there's only special grades. Like Ichidori can beat a special grade when he has somebody with him, and almost beat one when he's alone. And so it's like, oh, my phone just fucking dropped. Jesus, God, this is the worst podcast ever. But I feel like they skipped over that too much. You know, like now if there's something below special grade, it's like, oh well, we don't really give a fuck, you know. And also, special grades are supposed to be rare, but we've seen like 3 or 4 of them just on the beginning, which I guess makes sense because the whole plot of the show is basically the elders are trying to hold back Sukuna's revival, but like the fucking negative energy or whatever is building up so much that everything is becoming super powerful, including the good guys, but also the bad guys. So it makes sense why there's so many of them, but I still think we rush past kind of the weaker guys a little too fast, you know? I feel like we didn't really get a whole good display of like what was a B rank and what was an A rank, you know? Like I feel like we didn't really get that. Like we didn't get that to experience if they were that strong or not, you know? That's kind of my only complaint is I feel like we're rushing through the rankings really fast, but the fights themselves are good. No, that's not what I was trying to say, but I lost where I was going. I lost where I was going with that. The fights are good, but we went through the rankings way too fast. So, and also the ranking system itself is so weird because I thought special grade sorcerers were supposed to be like uncommon as fuck, but there's like a lot of people seem to be that rank. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people seem to be capable of doing that shit, which I don't really have a problem with. It's just they were hyped up to be these crazy ass dudes, and yet it can just be like a blonde guy with the power of 7/3 or whatever, you know, which is all right, I guess. But I mean, he's an all right character. I think his backstory was chill, and also this is like one thing I didn't know is apparently, and I also don't know if this is true, but Ichidori can't be locked in a domain expansion, which I think is kind of busted. Because the thing was, when the dude with white hair was trying to kill the glasses guy with blonde hair, when he hit him with the domain expansion, right? When Sukuna went in there, or when Ichidori went in there, Sukuna slimed him out because it was like he was trying to attack his soul or whatever, and like Ichidori's soul is Sukuna. So it's kind of like overpowered, I think. He's like, okay, so these super fucking broken abilities just don't even affect the guy. Which I at one hand I think is cool. On the other, I don't know how that's gonna work out for the future. You know, like maybe that's just something they're gonna retcon. But from what I understand, he cannot be affected by domain expansions. So that's something, I guess. It says like I don't know if it's all domain expansions or maybe just the ones like Infinity, like Gojo's and the dude with the white hair and the stitches, because it says they have kind of similar ones. But I don't know. Seems crazy. And I thought Infinity looked cool. It doesn't look as cool as I thought it did. I saw it like maybe 2 years ago, and I thought it looked really cool. I saw it again. It doesn't look as cool as what I thought, but it's all right, I guess. And I haven't finished it yet. I'm halfway through. I'm on like episode 25 or so, and I know they're making a new season, but it's just like they had episodes coming out every week or whatever the fuck. So we're gonna have to. They're not. I'm gonna be able to catch up before the season ends. I'm pretty sure, even though I haven't watched any tonight. But even so, I do think it's a good story so far. I also there's a lot of references to pop culture and shit like that, which I think is cool. Yeah, I did like not a lot of animes have references to pop culture. Like Ichidori was talking about wanting to learn the spirit bomb and shit, and like that caught me so off guard. I was like, "What? What the fuck are we talking about here, dude?" And yeah, I mean, he wants to learn the spirit bomb, which they should let him learn the spirit bomb. Like, hit up who runs that Toritaro, I think. Yeah, he just DM the new creator of Dragon Ball. Go like, Can he like learn Spirit Bomb and use it once? I think that would be tough as fuck. But yeah, I think it is a good show. I do think it's a good show. My friend was hyping it up to me. Pacing again is an issue sometimes, but other than that, it's all right. All right, I'm gonna open this up. And also, I'm not sure if you guys hear that. It's been windy as fuck all day. I haven't even been able to go outside because of how fucking windy and cold it is. It's been snowing everywhere around my city except for my city, which kind of sucks because I like seeing the snow. Power was off, so I streamed like 3 hours later than when I was supposed to. It's just like a whole bunch of shit that was happening, dude. But you know how it be sometimes, you know? You know how it be. All right. Now, this next one's going to be kind of a weird topic, okay? Like, I understand what I'm about to say is going to sound weird, but I, I, so let me explain to you by saying I started taking melatonin again to go to sleep, and it's been working. All right, that bitch been working. And I wrote down in my notes, melatonin is the best feeling drug of all time. And I have to agree with that, dude. There's no better feeling than being on the brink of sleep and just dreaming about bullshit, dude. Like, it is so fun to just sleep and dream about that shit. And also, not to mention, melatonin dreams always be fun as fuck. Like, no matter what, your melatonin dream is gonna be fucking cool as hell. You're gonna be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I'll be Spider-Man and shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how I don't know, it just feels cool. Like, there's a weird feeling to it that you can't get from anything else. Like, maybe I've never tried it, but maybe DMT like would be the only other thing to do that shit. But aside from that, it's like that shit is cool as fuck. Just a feeling of being like half asleep and being able to like basically not lucid dream, but like every dream you have is going to be a fun experience, you know. And I think that's better than anything. You know, I've been around the block. You know, I've done some shit, so I would know that it's probably by far the best feeling anything. And not to mention, I never sleep, and so just sleeping is chill as fuck for me. And yeah, I mean, there's also a reason why sleeping is hard, you know. But aside from that, I just feel like the melatonin is really cool. And also, I am kind of drinking that really late, so there's a chance my heart will give out before I even am able to take it tonight, you know what I mean? And as for my sticking to one monster only New Year's resolution, I mean, I've been doing it some days, you know, it's just hard for me because it's like, I love the taste so much, dude. Holy shit. It's just so bad for you. Even though, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people have been drinking Monster for years and they're still fine. Like, I feel like I don't really need to worry, you know? And if I die, then I die, you know? Like, dying is better than working, in my opinion. You know, like, I'd rather die trying to do what I want to do than work some bullshit and not die, you know? I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But obviously, I want to get better. I'm saying it like I'm addicted to heroin or something, but obviously, I want to get off the drink and shit. You know, the energy drink. I don't know. I don't really see a point to get off. It's just my heart be feeling funny sometimes. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. It be feeling a little silly sometimes. And it's like, I don't know if I want to stop that or not. Because it's like, yeah, it gets annoying when you try to sleep and like you feel your heart about to give out on you. But on the other hand, Monster tastes so good, dude. Like, I just can't stop. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't stop the feeling. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh. I just randomly thought of that. That's a good ass song, bro. I actually randomly just thought of that. Who made that song? Is that a Timberlake song? No, that's not a Timberlake song. What the fuck am I talking about? Is it a Kids Bop song? Did Kids Bop make that? I know they probably made a cover of it, but who made that? I'm thinking Justin Timberlake. Also, I have a pimple right here. I haven't had a pimple since like in fucking 2 years. I have a fucking pimple like right here. It's really annoying. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'm gonna try to get it, but I don't want it to bleed on camera because I'll look ugly. And I don't like looking ugly. I think looking ugly is like worse than dying. Even though I am ugly as fuck. But yeah, I'm ugly as fuck. But you know, ain't ugly? The city of Jacksonville, baby. I know last week I talked about going to Jacksonville and how I would have a video out by the time the next podcast will be out, but that's cap as fuck. Okay, so I took a trip to Jacksonville on short notice, uh, which I didn't know it was gonna be Jacksonville. By the way, like I didn't know it was gonna be in Jacksonville. I don't know what I said I was going to last week, whether it was Panama City or St. George Island, but I went to Jacksonville, and you know it takes a while to drive. It takes a little while to drive. It takes like at least it takes more than 2 hours. More than 2 hours. And so obviously I hate driving. I'm terrified of being in a car. I get PTSD. I fucking stress out. I start like hyperventilating and shit. Just weird me. But like I've been doing that for a long time. So obviously the drive stressed me out. And when we got there, really fucking cold, but we were like, let's still record, let's still record. So we recorded a little bit. My friends did a photo shoot, but I wasn't wearing anything totally crazy, so I didn't, participate. And I haven't shaved in a little bit, so obviously my face ain't gonna look good. And whenever it's cold out, my face gets really fat. So obviously I look ugly as fuck, so why would I want to be in a photo shoot? You know what I mean? And so that sucks dick. Uh but I fucking recorded some shit for him. And then we went to a museum, an art museum, I mean. Saw some shit, saw like a original Japanese kimono from some shit, and then we saw a lot of original classic Japanese pieces, like Japanese pieces of art. That's what I was gonna say, but it didn't sound right when I was gonna say it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, it's like a nice. It was nice. It was a nice feeling, and the water didn't smell too great in Jacksonville, but I think it's because it was a river more so than an ocean. Rivers tend to smell a little weird. Or maybe I was wrong and it was the ocean, because I know there is a beach on Jacksonville, and I had memories of when I went to Jacksonville for the first time to hang out with one of my childhood friends. I had memories of doing everything that we did. We walked across the highway for like 6 hours, went to the mall, went to the gaming place. It was cool as fuck, And I remember, I don't know, I just remember thinking like, damn, this is like, I'm getting hella PTSD. I wonder if I'm ever gonna see that guy again. I was just thinking that the whole time, like, damn, I wonder where he's at. Because last I heard, I mean, he was good. I was actually planning on meeting him, but I'm really bad socially, and so I ended up not doing it. I ended up bailing just because I was like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna be so awkward. And it's been like 6+ years since I've seen him and a lot of my other friends from that era. So it just kind of brought me back to those feelings, and it was like, damn, bro, this place is soul crushing. Not because I have bad memories of the guys, just because I have good memories with them, and I know those days are over. That's worse than any other memory. The ones that are like, damn, this shit's over for real. And hopefully one day, I'll be able to make some good memories like that again. But you know, and we went to a park as well. We went to a park, and we didn't really do much in Jacksonville. We were driving around, which obviously I fucking hate, and they were rolling down windows, harassing people, which I also think is fucking stupid. Like, I don't know how people just drive around with their windows down and just fucking yell at people. Like, that's not funny to me. Like, it was funny to them, but I think that shit is embarrassingly funny. I mean, embarrassingly not funny. And I think you just make yourself look like a fucking fool doing it, but they don't listen. They don't care, and they were fucking with me because I was like not comfortable. I was not fucking with it, and they were calling me names. It's like, y'all are the ones acting childish as fuck. So, but they do it anyways, and they're like, it's fun, dude. It's like, no, it's not fun. It's embarrassing. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, we're grown ass men doing this shit, really? They didn't care though, and we saw a lot of homeless people. There's like a whole strip next to the Friendship Fountain in Jacksonville. There's a whole strip of just fucking homeless people, hella needles. Which I don't really give a fuck about, but everybody thought I did. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck about homeless people, bro. They're like on the bottom of my list for things I give a fuck about. You know what I mean? It's like one of them are just gonna blick us up if we talk shit to them. It's like, who cares? And they thought like, well, no, it wasn't them. The fucking one dude in the car was just on my ass about it. It was like, what the fuck are you even talking about, bro? Like, you don't know shit. Like, I don't know. The whole trip. Okay, let me give you a summary of the trip. I didn't like it. I mean, Jacksonville is a city. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I didn't really do shit. It was too cold for me to do shit. But just driving around there, stressful as fuck. Hated it. The way my friends were acting, fucking stupid as fuck. Hated that shit. And I don't know if I'm gonna go back. Maybe I will eventually, because when I was there with my old friend, I liked it, you know? And it was also hot as well. But when I was there with these friends, it's like, dude, like, how the fuck are we doing? Like, they somehow have the ability to make something like Jacksonville wasn't going to be good no matter what because we just didn't know what to do. We had like three things picked out, plus one of us had no money with us. So it was like, you know, but what really pissed me off was I brought I had shit to do that I wrote down, but we ended up not doing it and substituting doing actual shit for just driving around. It's like, oh my god, bro. Like, I wanted to do shit, but it's like, no, let's just drive around and fuck with people. Like, how are we doing this at our ripe age of 19, dude? Like, it's crazy. And not to throw any shade at anybody, because I'm sure a lot of people do the same, you know? I mean, like, street hecklers are a thing. People in car hecklers, I guess. I don't know. Also, some dude in my car was fucking catcalling, which, like, how, I don't even know how that shit's even legal, you know? I think catcalling is so embarrassing. And I think just me hanging out with somebody who does catcall is like, I don't know. I don't even know how to think about that shit, dude. It's like actually fucking embarrassing. Like, there's no other word except embarrassing to have friends that actually catcall people. Like, what is this? Like the fucking 60s, bro? Like, this is crazy. Like, you guys know I'm not a very social guy. It's why I stream. It's why I hate being in public. It's why I don't go out. It's why I hate public working. It's just fucking stupid, right? Like, if I could have a job remotely, obviously I would fucking pick that shit up in an instant, right? But like, I hate being in public, and that was like my worst nightmare because they were just fucking harassing random people on the street and shit, and we weren't even out doing anything either. We were just driving around specifically to fuck with people. It's like, what are we doing? I just like I don't need new friends. I just need them to understand how fucking embarrassing that shit is to me, and I'm not gonna hang out with them if they continue to do that. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not gonna go on another trip with them. I don't think I am, just because that shit was so bad. I haven't brought this up with him, but I don't know if I'm gonna go on another trip with him because one, the ride, obviously, like I just hate driving. Two, that public shit is just so embarrassing to me. Like, how do y'all like that? That you know, like I maybe I could have had a better time in Jacksonville if I wasn't stressed out. Maybe if I was better at talking to people, I would enjoy harassing people on the street or whatever the fuck. But it just really wasn't a good vibe for me, you know? So that was my Jacksonville trip. And also, I recorded for a YouTube video. I fucking recorded, and it was terrible just because my vibe was off, and I could just tell. And I was like, I'm not gonna release this. And maybe I will release it, but half the video is gonna be muted if it is, you know? All I did was record a fountain, an art museum, and that's it. That's all we did. We went to the mall as well, but nobody bought anything. So, you know, it's like, don't really give a fuck. It's just not really a place. Like, I would go back to Jacksonville if I knew what to do, if I knew it was fun there. Uh, if I had a driver and if I had a car that I couldn't see through the windows of. But chances are that shit's not gonna happen again. So, you know, that's that for the Jacksonville trip. You know what I mean? And it's like that for a lot of trips too. It's why I really don't like going to major cities because my friends like to fuck with people, drive like roll down the windows, just say some bullshit. It's like I don't even know how to describe the embarrassment I get from hanging out with people who do that shit, bro. And I've told them about it. I'm like, why the fuck y'all do that shit? And they're just like, whatever, dude. It's fun. It's like, no, it's not fun, bro. It's like, you know, it's like weird as fuck. Anyway, uh, I've been playing a little bit of Apex, you know, as I have been typically. Hold on, there's something in my throat though. All right. So I've been playing Apex, and I finally unlocked Sparrow, who I've been trying to unlock for a little bit now, and I like him. I think I'm gonna main him again. I think his tracking is really fun, and I think he's really versatile. Uh, and I also like the way he looks, not to be gay or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but I like the way he looks. I like the way he looks, and I also kind of like his voice a little bit. He'd be saying some quirky shit that's a little cringe, but aside from that, I think he is a good voice actor. And I think his ultimate is really good too. The whole like a pillar in the ground that beams people. I really like that. I like that whole kit. And I can't help but notice I've been just fucking like I've been popping off in like I haven't had a game where I haven't had like 500 damage within the first like 5 minutes. I haven't had one in a long ass time, unless I die like straight off the bat. But like I do hella damage. Like my damage on Sparrow. Like if I go from my game to game ratio average, I probably get like probably actually 500 damage per game as that I've played as Sparrow. So it's cool. And I've been kill leader a lot, so that's been a sign I think. And I've also well, I got my first win today on stream at Sparrow. I was with a teammate. I don't I don't remember if I don't remember what my teammate was doing either. I don't remember. I think I was doing good in every single game regardless, you know. And I was playing solo one game and I act low key could have won that bitch, but I didn't know the map that well and I died to Storm. So, but I was kill leader the entire fucking game, wiping out squads. It was I was playing solo duos because my teammate had disconnected before we loaded in. And I like him. I think he's a cool character, and I think his mobility is really useful, like wall climbing, boosting, jumping off, and then getting the double jump. I think that's pretty cool. I think that shit's useful as fuck to me, especially to me, because I like to move around like that, you know. Like in all the games I play, like I like to move around like crazy. So it's nice to be able to do that shit and like actually be able to have an operator that kind of helps you with that. Sorry, I was biting my nail. Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do? I'm pretty sure I forgot to upload my spot. Hold on, wait. I'm pretty sure I forgot to upload last podcast to Spotify. Holy shit! Well, Spotify again is trash. It's like the recommendation is so dog shit. But I'll what is that? Oh wait, no, is that my last one? No, that's not my last one, is it? Maybe not. January 19th. So no, that would not have been my last one. All right. Well, it has 0 plays. Anyway. Nobody listens on Spotify, so I'm not finna upload on Spotify until there's a demand, I guess, just because it's like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Who gives an actual FUCK at that point? But yeah, I like Sparrow. I think he's cool. I try to get the the mission battle pass where it's like you get missions to get items and skins for a certain character. He doesn't have one. I guess because he doesn't have any character or skins. He has 4 legendary skins, which whatever, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they could do it anyways, but I guess they're gonna wait until he has enough to fill out the entire column. What I don't know. Is he the newest character or is it the girl at the black wall? I don't know. Or is Fuse the newest character? I actually don't know. I for real don't know. But anyway, yeah, I like Sparrow. Sparrow's good, and I've been getting better while playing them, so I don't think it's a coincidence. So Sparrow, everybody. And Apex itself is just becoming more fun. Like I think the better you get at a game, the more fun you have in it. But one thing I don't understand is people playing a game just because they're good at it. Like if I don't get any enjoyment from playing a game, even if I'm really good, I'm not fucking touching that shit. But if it's like something that I enjoy playing and I'm good, it's like hell yeah, dude. And even if I'm bad at a game, if I still enjoy it, I'll play, you know. But also, I've talked about this on stream, but the Apex community, all y'all are assholes, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not like, not to say that, if you play Apex, you're a dickhead, but the people who are active in the community are fucking asses. And not to also again, not to say that that shit gets to me, but if you check my IG comments on my clips channel, everybody's just so negative for no reason. It's like y'all really got to be that way. Like support a young creator, like fuck you, dog. What are you doing with your life except for jerking off every night? I just exposed myself right there, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's like, come on, lock in, guys. We need to be positive as a community, okay? Our game is ass. Our game is dying. We need to bring that shit back. Which obviously I will be the one to do, but who cares? You know what I mean? Like, we'll get to that eventually, One day that'll happen, Maybe one day Apex will be worthy of me bringing back to life, but until then, I'll just play it on stream every once in a while. By that, I mean I've played it 3 days in a row. Actually, has it been 3 days in a row? I don't know. It might have been. All right. So the next topic we have is something that relates back to one of the, I think it was about 3 podcasts ago, maybe 4. I talked about wanting to be a part of the H3 crew, and I DM'd them, talking about give me some money, but I kind of realized that I don't want to be a part of that. Like I miss, unironically, I miss the old Ethan. Like I still watch nowadays. I still watch all the iDubbbz drama that's happening, and I still watch all the Trisha drama. But aside from that, I don't watch. And also, I take a look at the team, and I don't see myself as being one of them. I feel like I'm completely different than all of them. I don't feel a sense of like relatability to any of them. So I'm thinking I'm gonna call that off with H3. So if you're watching this H3, I mean the deal's not completely off the table, but I will have to reconsider unless you come at me with a good old whatever you call it. You know what I mean? A good old bargain. Not a bargain, but a good old fuck. What am I thinking of right now? It's like an offer, I guess, or like a good contract, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a word to describe what I'm trying to say, but yeah, I just don't really see myself as being a part of their team, and I don't think I can bring anything that they need when it comes to the pod itself. I offered to be the streamer to rep Teddy Fresh, which I do anyway. Like I wear that shit anyway, but I think in terms of where I fit in that crew, I don't fit nowhere. You know, and they're super political, especially nowadays. I know he's always been political, like I know that, like I used to be a fan, but like they're like super like politically active. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just I never wanted to see that in the news or in my media ever, or in my gaming videos ever, or like people who I watch. I never wanted to see that, so I try not to go down that route. And also why I got rid of episode 14, just because we went down that route. Not that I necessarily disagree with what I said in episode 14. Everything I said in episode 14, I still stand behind. But still, I think keeping politics off my channel and off my name is for the best, honestly. And to get intertwined with someone who's so political, it's like, well, I wouldn't want to see that if I was a viewer of mine. So I'm not going to go down that route. And, if they do come at me with an offer, or if they accept the offer that I sent to them, I would try to avoid the political stuff even then, just because I feel like, as I said 50 times by now, I wouldn't want to see it. But yeah, I just don't see myself fitting in with the H3 crew. But even so, I still enjoy some of their stuff. Like when they make fun of iDubbbz, it's fun. Even though I used to love iDubbbz so much, but I will admit he is kind of a clown, Even though he does do better than me on streaming. As of right now, iDubbbz, I think he gets average around 8 more viewers than me. So iDubbbz is doing better, but I'm catching up. Let's just say I'm catching up, baby. Nah, I mean, who gives a fuck if I pick a fight with iDubbbz? I mean, I love cold ones, but Chad muted me, and now I'm making fun of iDubbbz, making myself basically an enemy of them. But listen, you gotta make enemies in this world, I guess. I don't know. I really hope I can get a cold one someday. That'd be cool. Even though I don't really like drinking. Like, it depends. It depends, like, actually. Like, if I had, like, a whole pizza next to me, and we're down to shots, then maybe. But only if I had a whole pizza next to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like drinking just shot after shot. It doesn't make me feel good. And the last topic I have here today, which, these podcast episodes have been getting shorter, but that's because this one and the last one, there's been a huge chance of the power going out. So, hope you guys don't mind that. My clips are getting better. Now, what I mean by that is the views themselves are getting better, which I think is very cool. I really like that. I appreciate that always. But yeah, they're just getting really better. Not to say that the ones before were bad, because I've put out some clips that I for sure thought were gonna blow me up, but they fucking got terrible views. You know what I mean? So the ones that I've been posting recently have been doing better, but all for the wrong reasons. They're doing better because people are coming together to shit on me rather than come together to follow me and want to watch me and become like fans with me and join my community, you know? So that sucks always when that happens, you know, especially when you don't have like an audience already. It's like, well, shit, people are only going to see that other people are shitting on me. Might have to back up here, you know, might have to back up. And another thing I wanted to talk about, aside from the clips shit, is I got actually for real shadow banned. Unlike the last time I talked about it, I for real got that shit to happen. Now, let me tell you something. I streamed twice in one day. In the first 10 minutes, 0 people showed up. Never happens to me. I'm done. I stopped. And then I started it again, streams for 20 minutes. 0 people stopped by. You know how uncommon that is on TikTok? On TikTok, even if you created a brand new account, 0 followers, following 0, you will still get at least 5 people to join within the first 20 minutes. I got 0. So they actually shadow banned me. And then when I posted something, 0 views. Again, that's not totally uncommon because TikTok just does that to me sometimes, but it just went to show. It was like, all right, I'm getting shadow banned. I looked up what to do. They said just go inactive for like 3 to 4 days, and that's what I did. I went on inactive for 3 or 4 maybe days. I came back, boom, it was good. Had a great streamed that shit for like 3 hours, Siege in Apex. So I don't know why they shadow banned me though. I mean, I have a theory as to why. I believe it's because I was playing Skyrim, and whenever you take the armor off of Skyrim characters, they get put in their underwear. And maybe that's what TikTok didn't fuck with. I don't know. But like, why wouldn't they have given me a warning instead of just fucking shadow banning me and like almost making my whole career just come to an end, dude? Because let's be honest, if I got shadow banned on TikTok, that's over. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, Twitch does not recommend me to nobody. So if I get shadow banned on TikTok, it's like nobody's going to be finding me now. You know, I'm going to stay niche forever, as they say. You know what I mean? And also, if there's any viewers of mine who are not sharing my profile because they want to keep me niche, all right. You know, that's all I have to say about that. You know, that's all I have to say about that. I have a few people who stop by and say I do good stuff, but, you know, they say this stream low-key underrated. Yeah, man. Yeah, could you like tell some people? And they're like, no. And it's like, okay, I got you. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it either way, you know. You can keep me niche if you want, but you know, I would like a little bit of something, you know. Like, they didn't keep Two Hollows niche, you know. Even as much as people might have tried to, they didn't keep him niche. Now that motherfucker in Fortnite, brother. He's in Fortnite. But that is going to do it for the 19th, I believe, episode of the Highly Intelligent Podcast. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, or rate 5 stars if you're on Spotify. And hope you guys liked it. And hope you guys listen to the next one. And go listen to all the ones before this, because they're all goated. Well, at least episode 9 and above are all goated. Alright, I'll see you.